Meet Timmy, and he is addicted to music. He is not just someone who listens sometimes, he is truly dependent. But how is that possible? It all started when Timmy was still in school. While other kids stuffed themselves with chocolate, Timmy stuffed himself with music. With music, everything felt more alive. Even classes were not so boring. So while Timmy's brain was still under construction, it found its favorite tool. Need focus? Music. Need vibes? Music. Need to get depressed? Music. There is nothing wrong with Timmy listening to music during all this. However, at some point, he realized he could no longer do any of it without music. And because of that, he understood that music is not as harmless as it first seems. To help Timmy, we had to understand why this happened and why he always wanted to mute himself with music. In truth, Timmy was running from himself, and for a while it worked.
Life felt easier when his head was not full of thoughts.
I know there's nothing there. As fast as I run, I can't get away from that.
But no one warned him about the consequences, and the consequences arrived. Over time, music began to set Timmy's mood. If he spent the day on sad tracks, his mood turned miserable. He could no longer focus on work, and he couldn't go outside without his playlist. It felt like stepping out naked. And the sounds outside are awful. Like, does anybody actually want to listen to the weird guy talking to himself on the bus? Or the homeless man asking for spare change, and if you give him some, he asks for more? Or the music in the gym, how's Timmy supposed to work out when they're playing something that sounds like the Barbie soundtrack? But even despite all this, Timmy decided to quit his music addiction. But how could he do that? To help Timmy, I gave him 3 rules he had to follow if he ever wanted to live without music controlling him. Walk without headphones, work before music, and no music before bed. But Timmy said those rules were too boring, and no one would ever take my advice seriously. So he decided to write his own rules. And I'm not even gonna comment on that, but what Timmy did might actually work. See, Timmy tricked his brain in a way that when I gave him advice, his brain treated it like trash. But the moment he rephrased it himself, his brain finally listened. If you want a video about tricking your brain the same way Timmy did, let's hit 50 likes on this one. After following his new rules, Timmy felt empty. Nothing filled his head anymore, and his brain was so addicted to overload that it started telling him how good it used to feel to listen to music. It's kinda like what smokers feel after quitting. You sit on a bench, and your brain reminds you how you used to smoke there and look at the city, and you remember the vibes. But if you really want to quit, you have to stop listening to your brain. Same with music. A few days later, his brain gave up, and Timmy started to feel comfortable with the silence. And it actually felt awesome. He got his flow back, could finally walk outside without headphones, and the days finally stopped feeling the same. And on top of that, now when Timmy feels like listening to music, it sounds like angels singing into his ears. Hopefully this video helped someone, and if it did, leave a comment or just write your favorite artist. It'll help boost this video.